I started laughing then when you said Khamzat, because I was with him Friday and Saturday night. Him and Darren Till, they have become like best buddies. They're the new Colby and Jorge in the making. Them two against the world, right? and now they're with Block Acid, a company that I'm involved with and Darren's involved with. They're all down in Las Vegas right now because Khamzat's fighting Gilbert Burns, UFC 274, I believe that, April 9th, I want to say. So they've rented a house and they're living down there, and Darren's training with Khamzat, and he said Khamzat's really inspiring him, just seeing the way he trains, his work ethic and his approach to the sport. So they're all down there. So Friday night, I meet up with them all. Darren, Ilir Latifi. In fact, there's a picture on my Instagram if you want to bring it up, Brian. The Block Acid guys, Ilir Latifi, Darren and Khamzat and myself. And we have a lovely dinner. And by the way, I want to say a shout out to Richard Wilkes from, he's the hospitality host or the host manager or some shit at Barry's Prime One Steakhouse in Vegas, because the bill was very expensive and he comped it, gave it his all for free. So thank you, Richard. Wow. Anyway, point of the story was, oh, look, there we are.
Oh, there we go.
So there's us enjoying a nice steak, which turned out to be free. So that's always better. But anyway, point of the story is, we get out, we're at Valet, right? They've rented a BMW while they're here. So we get in the car, Khamzat's driving. Now, I don't know if he has the driving license or not. And I don't know how tough it is to get a driving license in Chechnya, because the motherfucker is out of his mind behind the wheel of a car. He is driving like a psychopath. And him and Darren are in the front. Darren's 28. I think Khamzat's 25 or 26. Younger guys, right? Maybe when I was younger, I would have thought it was hilarious as well. But I'm 43 in the back with 3 kids and a wife, do you know, that I want to get back to. And I'm like, fuck, get my seatbelt on. Khamzat's, he's driving like a nutter. He's going down the wrong side of the road. I'm like, Khamzat, you're on the wrong side of the road. He's like, brother, it's no problem. It's good. And I'm like shitting my pants. Darren thinks it's fucking hilarious. So Khamzat's going even faster. And he's purposely going down the fucking wrong side of the road, dodging cars and stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck? I was terrified. I thought we were going to die. So we stop at a gas station, right? And I come out, I run in to grab something, and I walk out. Fucking Darren's in the driver's seat now. They're doing fucking huge donuts on the fucking by the gas station. I'm like, what the fuck? Khamzat gets in the car. He starts doing donuts with me in the car. He must have missed one of the fuel pumps by about this much. You know what I mean? Then we pulled up at the Residence Inn, and he fucking drove up to the lobby again. Foot down. Yeah. And then I got messages of Darren taking the piss out of me, making fun of me because, yeah, I was being a little bitch in the back. But I don't want to die. And those guys are fucking crazy.
It's a double-edged sword, that fence. It could be your friend or it could be your enemy. It's your enemy in that it allows your opponent to pin you up against there. It limits your space in which you move. But also, it can be a great way to keep you upright. You can lean against the fence. You can be a little bit more efficient. And I think Jorge was waiting for Colby to kind of come forward and catch him, and always had that fence behind him, which would keep him upright, where he can lean on it to keep him from being taken down. But after a certain point, right, it's like, it's not working. You're getting taken down anyway. Circle to the middle of the cage where you'll have more space and can move around. You could sprawl and try something a little bit different. Because when he was getting taken down, there were times where he would turn towards the fence, but he was still being controlled. He was still being pinned down there. So it wasn't working. So, yeah, I would have liked to see him move to the center of the cage a little bit more, where he could be a little bit more dynamic. But I don't know, John. You know, it's tough. In the Usman fight, I certainly saw it. Perhaps in the fight before that a little bit at times. But what I'm seeing, and maybe I'm seeing this incorrectly, but I'm seeing not maybe a flat-footed Jorge Masvidal, but what I'm seeing is a guy that might be actually slowing down a little bit. He's been fighting a long time, right? And I hate to say that, oh, this is a physical thing and he's getting older and blah, blah, but that's a real thing. And I saw a guy that Jorge used to have amazing reaction time. And to me, he seemed a lot faster in previous fights than he did in the last couple fights. Yeah. And, you know, getting knocked out by Usman doesn't help. Getting hit in training doesn't help. He's been doing that for many, many years. So that was a little concerning. And he gets a little too upright. So if your stance isn't very wide, if you do get hit, you're going to get caught off balance very easily. It's easy for you to go in and wrap up your legs, and it allows you to kind of lean back a little bit. But in order to do that, you need phenomenal reaction time. Like we see that from Israel Adesanya, and that concerns me. The difference is Israel Adesanya still has very quick reaction time and excellent eyes, whereas Masvidal's getting hit by Colby Covington, who's, again, made improvements in his striking, but he's not known as a striker.
Sure.
And that's what concerns me for Jorge moving forward, is still has a tremendous amount of experience and skill and intelligence as a fighter, but his reaction time isn't what it used to be. And when you relied on that for a long time, that's concerning.
So fucking disgusted with the system today. Let me get this straight. You're gonna release a child molester back into public and give bail to a man that has ruined multiple people's lives, I'm sure. And you're gonna release him out in public with his victims and the families of his victims. And in this particular case, this man is on the premises of a daycare. Proceeded. And you're not going to release Cain back to his family, who needs him the most right now? Who's Cain a danger to? The system is fucked. It's disgusting. No fucking justice in this world.
Now, Colby won that fight. There was one, it might have been the fourth round where Masvidal dropped Colby briefly. He was up pretty quickly, but you can't just sit there and go, come on, go in. But he seemed to let Colby recover. Do you think that was just Jorge was a little tired at that point? What do you think that was?
I don't think I know. I heard the post-fight press conference, and somebody asked him that, and he goes, or he brought it up. And he goes, look, I know I had him hurt. Why didn't I pounce on him? He goes, well, I was tired. I knew he was tired. I knew he was hurt, but I kept thinking that if I go to hit him, he's going to shoot. So he felt a little flat. In the wrestling, he felt a little
he said that.
Hit him hard, but I think when he had him hurt, instead of just going after him, if the guy did get a takedown, that was always in the back of his head. So he was what I really like about what I love about Jorge is that he's honest. He was like, look, I was a little off with takedowns. I was flat with the wrestling, and I got to deal with that. Not only if I deal with a guy like Colby, I can deal with any other wrestler. I got to deal with that. So he was very honest. He was down, but listen,
and Colby looked good. I mean, Colby is he looked good.
Good person, but a great fighter, really good fighter.
Here's something that probably doesn't make sense. If Darren Till's still ranked in the middleweight division, and Kelvin Gastelum, I think I should be number 10, middleweight. Because I can still take middleweight fights. You know, fuck what you guys say. And welterweight, you guys tell me where I should be ranked there. I don't know.